Hi girlfriends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be making some little Easter treats. And also I'm going to do a little question, well not question and answer, that's a lie. I put on my story like any queries that people have at the minute and what people need advice on, just because I did questions in my last video and I was just like, can't do questions again because it's a bit repetitive. Someone tell me how I went to 3 different shops and none of them had mini eggs.
Like, who doesn't sell mini eggs the week of Easter?
Anyways, so I picked up some mini cream eggs and some M&M eggs, which are pretty much the same. I mean, this was the closest I was going to get. And then I got some milk chocolate from Aldi because it tastes exactly the same as dairy milk and it's literally 30p. So I think when you melt it, what's the point of paying £1 for it? Do you know what I mean? Right, I'm going to drive home because I'm absolutely sweaty. I need this aircon. Come to me because it's so hot. Friends, I'm back home and I'm going to be making the little cakes now. I got these a while ago for Mother's Day. They're from Aldi. They're basically Rice Krispies but just
on a budget.
Yeah. And then I've got these for the toppings. These are open because I did have one, because I am a cream egg fanatic. Is that the word?
Who knows?
Anyways, the queue in Aldi, right? Imagine I only got this. If you've been to Aldi, you'll know the queue is always just
massive.
And everyone's got massive shots. Thankfully, they're like beep, 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 straight through. But I was still like, I thought the lady in front of me, she saw I had this and I thought, she'll let me go in front. It's just one thing. Like, it'll literally take me 2 seconds to go through. No, she didn't. She looked at me and was like, I was like, great. Do you know what? Could have been your good deed for the day, but
never mind.
Anyways, breathe. So firstly, we're going to a saucepan, which I'm going to put hot water in, and I have a glass container. I'll show you. So here is the glass container, which I'm going to put the chocolate into. Yes, I'm well aware. If you're a bit of an observer, you'll see that that is smashed on the edge, and I did slice my finger on it. Where did I do it? I did slice my finger on it, but we have thrown it in the bin now because we didn't realise until now that it was smashed. So I'm going to do a Q&A but like a different type and basically going to answer like problems and be like a little big sister to you guys because everyone's always like,
I'm trying to be big sister like you.
I'm like, I'm your big sister, like it's fine, I could be everyone's big sister. If you're older than me, I'm sure I can still help you with your queries because your girl has some life experience, I promise. If I can ever help you guys, then I'm definitely going to try and do that. So let's show you what I'm going to do first. So we've got the saucepan on. I'm just going to put it on like a medium heat. Straight on the top. Oh my god, that's so hot. Okay. Straight on the top, and I'm going to leave it for like a minute and then I'm going to start stirring because it will melt quite quickly because it's on quite a high heat. So while we wait for that, I'm going to answer the first query problem. I feel like I'm going to do this more often because I just feel like this is really beneficial for people when they just, you know, have no one to speak to. A lot of the questions were this. They were, how do I start being more open with my mum? How do you tell your mum you're not okay? Is he fancy? He's so cute. This is what I mean. Like, a lot of people don't want to speak to their parents and don't have a relationship with their parents where they can speak to them. So if I can ever be like a, what's the word? Do you know what I mean? Like an older sibling to you or a mum.
Obviously I'm not your mum,
but you get me. I think you've got to build a relationship. If you don't really have a relationship where you can be open with them, then you've got to build on that. You've got to start like making more time for each other. Do you know what I mean? You've just got to start doing more things with your mum and to be more open. Even if some people just aren't open but they're close with their mums, you just got to start talking to them about things. When you're struggling, talk to them.
Yeah, no one else can help you like a mum can help you.
And no one knows you like your mum normally. So I'm going to show you the chocolate because it's really melting really quickly. It's pretty much done now. Put that onto the rack thing so then it doesn't burn the side. Oh my god, that looks so good. So the next thing you got to do is just pour some Krispies into the mixture. Okay, let's answer this one. Is it okay to not be okay all the time? This is completely okay. Like, you don't realise how normal it is to not feel okay all the time. Can you see what I'm doing if I do this? Like, in life, you're going to go through times where you're really high and you're really happy. And in life, you're going to go through times where you're literally down, sad, you know, struggling. And that's okay. That's all part of life. Like, life is such a roller coaster. And you know what? I feel all those emotions in one day because that's just what I'm like. Like, I feel really high. not literally high. I feel really happy, and then all of a sudden I'm just like crying my eyes out. And honestly, it is so normal. You don't realise that. I feel like a lot of the time, like even me, I see all these people on social media looking so happy. You just think, oh, like, why is that not me? Like, it's okay to not be okay. Like, you need to let yourself feel emotions and let yourself just be human, you know? Literally just allow yourself to feel not okay and realise that it's okay to not be okay all the time. And you just got to accept that that's how it's going to be. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say on that. Remind yourself, like, you're not feeling okay now, but things could be completely different in a day, a week, a month, a year. Like, don't give up because you're feeling down one day. Keep going. Someone said how to deal with the loss of your granddad. I've lost mine, so thoughts to your family. Thoughts to you too. I'm really sorry to hear that you've lost your granddad too. I mean, it's really difficult. I hadn't seen my granddad in a long time anyway. Like, it'd been a while since I'd seen my granddad, so I wasn't, like, I hadn't seen him recently, and I kind of like, because I hadn't seen him so long, it was kind of like nothing had changed when he'd actually passed. Like, obviously I knew he'd passed and I was very upset at first, but then when, like, I was thinking about it, I just always felt like he was still at his house, and you know, just because of the times I wasn't seeing him, and you know, I wasn't seeing my other grandparents either. So apart from my nan, because she's like in our support bubble, bless her, because she lives on her own. And then my granddad was obviously in hospital from November, so we couldn't see him at all then. Not that we did anyway, since like September maybe. But I didn't accept that he'd actually gone until the funeral day. Like, in my mind, I've been telling myself, like, I'm going to see my granddad, and on the funeral I think it all become really real. So how to deal with it? I feel like everyone deals with it in their own ways, and you just need to let yourself feel the waves of emotion, because it is waves of emotion. Like, one minute you're literally just like thinking of all the happy memories, and the next minute you're literally bawling your eyes out, and it's just like, whoa, that was a, you know, massive wave there. But again, remind yourself it's okay to be upset, and it's okay to also be happy, and don't feel bad for being happy because they're not here anymore. Because like, I feel like a lot of people that have lost someone even closer, say like a parent or a sibling, they feel guilty because they're living their lives and having fun, and their siblings aren't here anymore, their parents aren't here. The one thing I think you've got to remember is, I don't think your grandparent or whoever you've lost would want you to be sitting there crying. Like, I promise you, they would want you to be having fun. They wouldn't want you to be sitting there grieving all the time. So just allow yourself to feel the emotions. I've got some little cupcake holders. It's really easy, and we're basically nearing the end of this. And then just scoop out and put it into a little thing. I'm worried that my best friend and I are drifting away. Okay, so if there's a reason that you've drifted, then I feel like you need to sort out the reason. So you need to like address the reason why you're drifting. And like, say there's like a given, so like you had an argument and now you're not speaking. Obviously you know why, so you don't really need to go over it. But just, if you don't want to fall out with them, you need to like deal with it ASAP. Because as soon as you feel like you're drifting from someone, you probably are. And I know that's not what you really want to hear, but I feel like you just know. Like, everyone has like a sixth sense when they're drifting from someone. Like, you can just feel someone's being distant with you. Stop being stubborn. Like, I feel like as a society, we're told to like be stubborn, and like, I don't know, I just feel like you need to just deal with these things, because if they mean something to you and you don't want to lose the friendship and you feel you're drifting, deal with it ASAP, because the longer you leave it, the more you're going to drift, and the more it's going to be harder to ever come back from. But then again, if you're drifting and there's a good reason why you've started to drift and you don't really want to be their friend, then remember, everything happens for a reason. As much as I sometimes sit there and regret and hate that I'm not friends with certain people anymore, I'm also really grateful, because the universe always shows me a reason eventually why they're not in my life and why they didn't need to be in my life anymore. And do you know what? Thank God they showed me, because they just end up showing me their true colours, and I'm blooming glad they did. Otherwise I'd be wasting my time being a good friend to someone that is just waiting to drift to
Basically betray me.
no tea, no shade, but if you're drifting and there's no reason for it, it could be the universe's way of saying something. So just be aware of that. But again, I don't think you should be, if you really care about this person, don't lose them. Like, don't be stubborn, just speak to them, make some effort. Now you're allowed to see people in the garden, like, make sure you take advantage of that.
Hello.
Dad, say hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. So I finished all the what do you call them, cupcakes? Remains of half.
So I got
Okay, so I put them in for like 15 minutes and I checked on them and they are done. I think I've done this wrong, guys, because now I don't think these are going to set in them, but I just want them to go on top to look quite cute. My dad won't turn his game down because it's annoying. And people ask what it's like to not have a brother. I wouldn't know because I basically have an annoying one over. This is how many cream eggs I got. 4. Oh, and I ate one, so
5.
this is what we've got. Happy Easter, peep. I think I'm going to leave this video here. So I hope you enjoyed this little bake with me. I'm going to have to try and find a way to somehow show you what I'm cooking next time, because this was a bit of a foul because you couldn't even see it when I was doing it. You could only see my face, but we moved. So yeah, here's my Easter treats. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you have a lovely bank holiday weekend and I hope the weather stays nice for us, but I think it's meant to snow next week, so probably not. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Anyways, bye, girlfriends.